Welcome to Memento Argentum, where remembering the silver screen is a requirement, not a request. I will be your host, E. E. Lin, and allow me to tell you a tragic tale. The movie opens on a club and a mysterious couple watching another specific couple of people on the dance floor. When the main couple invite these people back to their apartment, it isn't long before they split up and each take one of the people from the club to separate rooms. In the middle of the act of making love, the mysterious couple slash open their victims' necks and drink, revealing their true nature. They are vampires. The next day, they get up and have a conversation which clues the audience in to the fact that the man is ill. Not only that, it will get progressively worse very fast, and they both are very worried by it. In the meantime, the lady sees another woman who is a scientist studying the effect of aging rapidly in very little time. That is what the man is doing, and so she goes to chat with the scientist at her book release. The two exchange glances, and there's a feeling here that it isn't just her companion that made the lady go see the scientist. When she gets home, the man finds the book she bought and reads some of it, coming to the conclusion that he should talk to the scientist as well and see if he can find a way to stop this aging. She thinks he's a crackpot, and so ignores him, but it doesn't take long for his 30-year-old body to look well over 80. He confronts her about treating him that way and leaves, proving to her that he wasn't lying by his transformation over a 2-hour wait time. When she goes to his home, it's too late, and he is unavailable. But now the lady is looking for a new companion, and the scientist might just be that one. The Hunger was released in 1983 and stars Catherine Deneuve, Susan Sarandon, David Bowie, and Cliff DeYoung. This is a request from a friend of mine made when she found out both that I was doing this channel and I had a copy of this. She's also a huge fan of David Bowie and didn't want to request Labyrinth. She thinks that isn't his best movie. So I decided to honor that and do this movie instead. This movie is rated R, and for good reason. There's a fair amount of nudity and also a fair amount of sex and violence. If I had to put it in a way that would fit this movie, I would say it's an artistic take on sexy vampires that walks the line between beautiful imagery and adult films. It's very artsy, very. Has a surreal feel to it, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if the director Tony Scott was a fan of films like Beauty and the Beast by Jean Cocteau, or even stuff by Dario Argento, only toned down. This sort of style also clearly influenced movies like The Crow, given some of the shots in it. It's a very gorgeously shot film. The soundtrack is beautiful. It's a little bland, but it's got that sort of swell and surreal vibe to it that it kind of works the best way it can for the film. Susan Sarandon and Catherine Deneuve, I'm really hoping I'm pronounced that last name right. I am so sorry if I do mispronounce it. And even David Bowie, all of them have great chemistry with each other. Cliff DeYoung has very good chemistry with Susan Sarandon, who is his lover in this film. I don't believe that they're married. And it's very well done. I think David Bowie did an excellent job in the role that he was given. Catherine Deneuve played the vampire beautifully. She plays her in this sorrowful way that indicates that she truly cares and she feels just as bad as the person going through the process does. Like when she sees David Bowie starting to age, she seems more anguished than he does. Susan Sarandon plays a very compelling scientist. I also did not feel that the exploitative nature of two women getting it on, it didn't really come off as exploitative, like a lot of people do consider it to be. I felt that it was done in the same way as the scene at the beginning of the film showing her and Bowie together. So I didn't actually think that the film was exploitative towards lesbians. I think it was a really well done love story. It was very tragic though. It's not a feel great film. I'm going to word it like that. It is very much a you're going to feel something, but it's a question of what. The directing is really well done. I thought it was very appropriate. It is a little drug induced vibe, but I didn't mind that for the film. It actually seemed to fit perfectly. Um, I'm going to be finishing up movies very soon, and I'll be getting out movies more and more often. I'm going to try and make it a weekly thing, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've already got a lineup after this group that I'm kind of working on right now, and I really hope that people put in requests for me to review stuff because I don't mind reviewing weird stuff. This is the weirdest thing I've reviewed thus far. That says something because I reviewed MASH. And don't even get me started about the thing that's coming up that a friend requested. But I do think that don't be afraid to ask. I will definitely be trying to do it. I will definitely be trying to review as much as I possibly can. I'm going to be trying to get consistent. Again, I'm going to be putting out movies or trying to do movie reviews Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from now on. I don't know if I'll succeed, but I'm going to try. Um, I am already lining up a few other things past what the requests have gotten to me to, one of which being a Marx Brothers film. I'm going to review one of those. If you feel like you need to, you know, put in a request, go for it. I will say that I'm kind of glad that I had that conversation with my friend and I decided to watch this because I don't regret seeing it. This is the newest movie I have reviewed. Newest movie I've reviewed. 1983. But I am very glad I got to see this. It was worth seeing. I don't regret seeing it at all. I honestly think that if you're a fan of Bowie, if you're a fan of Susan Sarandon, if you're a fan of artsy kind of films, especially, for example, Beauty and the Beast by Jean Cocteau, or even the movie The Crow, I would say give this a watch because I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Um, Join me next time for The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, starring Jimmy Stewart and John Wayne. Until then, adieu.